So social media, it's a beautiful thing, yes, but at the same time, it can be toxic as fuck. It's trained us to compare our lives and our work to our peers or to the legends that we idolize. It causes us to operate from a mindset of lack, and we've become this it's never enough culture. We always want more. We always want more of the things that we don't have. When we don't appreciate the things that we do have, we don't appreciate the cool shit that we have accomplished that we should be proud of. The Perspective Podcast is fuel for your mind and creative grind. Each week, my guests and I provide the skills for thinking bigger, overcoming adversity, and making an impact with your work. What's going on? You're listening to episode 132 of the Perspective Podcast. I'm your host, Scotty.D.Russell of Perspective Collective. I'm here to help you build a killer side hustle and elevate your brand outside the day job. Today, I got a short and punchy episode for you if you're one who falls victim to the comparison trap like I do far too often. Now, I hate running, but today is an analogy, a metaphor for running life's race, okay? So what we're doing right now is not a sprint. This is a marathon, and I'm hoping today's episode will give you permission to stop being so hard on yourself and to run your own damn race. And I'm going to lead this one off with a quote. Actually got a couple quotes tucked in here today. This one comes from one of my favorite authors and public speakers, Jon Acuff. He states, "Never compare your beginning to someone else's middle." Now, stew on that, roll it over, resonate on it for a little bit, reflect, and I hope that one hits home with you because I'm guilty of this all the time. We constantly compare ourselves to someone who's way ahead of us, and it's not fair at all. And for me, I often let comparison paralyze me from becoming the person I'm supposed to evolve into. And much of that comparison stems from the world of social media. You know what I mean? I have a love-hate relationship with social media. I feel fortunate enough to know how life worked well before the age of booming internet or the first wave of social media. In high school, to date myself, I was on the early days of MySpace. I was on that shit real early, and that's when I experienced my first dopamine rush of what notifications felt like and comments, all that fun stuff. But when I graduated in 2006, I went to Wartburg College in Waverly, Iowa, go Knights. And in order to get on Facebook, the early wave of Facebook then, you needed a college email. Okay, this is way before the age where your parents and your grandparents were on that shit. And then I graduated, and in 2013, I joined Instagram. In 2014, I stopped posting pictures of my animals, my pets. That's what I'm looking for. My pets, my food, just dumb, random shit all around me. And I started taking my work seriously and posting my lettering and my illustration, more strategically. And once I started doing that, my creative career drastically started going on the incline for the better. And I started to take my craft more seriously and the message and what I was trying to deliver to people like you in terms of value. And that's where I want to talk about the beautiful toxicity of social media. It's been a huge blessing in my life. It's probably been a huge blessing in your life too. It's given me confidence in myself. It's given me confidence in my work and my abilities when I spent the majority of my life not having an ounce of confidence in anything that I did. Social media has helped me find community, and this community helps me cultivate incredible relationships with like-minded nerds and freaks who geek out over the same weird shit that I do, like lettering or pizza or cats or outer space or coffee, typography, illustrations, you name it. I love geeking out over that shit. And social media, it's given me a platform such as the podcast to spread good vibes, cast a spotlight on others, and speak up for things that I believe in. At the same time, though, social media has become a trap. Not to mention, it's also a time suck when you don't use it as a tool, intentionally using it as a tool instead of mindlessly scrolling for hours to waste your time, to waste finite time out of your existence scrolling with no intention. Like, think about that. Think about how often you're doing that in a day. So social media, it's a beautiful thing, yes, but at the same time, it can be toxic as fuck. It's trained us to compare our lives and our work to our peers or to the legends that we idolize. It causes us to operate from a mindset of lack, and we've become this it's never enough culture. We always want more. We always want more of the things that we don't have. When we don't appreciate the things that we do have, we don't appreciate the cool shit that we have accomplished that we should be proud of. You know, we want something more. What's next? And I'll talk about that in a couple episodes from now. And, you know, we get into this rat race. So who cares if you, on the other side of me talking to you, you only have 500 followers when Sally Jane over here has 5,000. Well, Sally Jane is feeling shitty because Billy Bob over here has 50K. You know, that makes her 5,000 seem small. Well, Billy Bob is bumming hard over here because someone else like Gertrude Baggins, you know, she's got 500,000. You know, she's pushing almost 1 million, 500,000 followers. And we're forever running this rat race and running in this hamster wheel trying to play catch up to someone else when in reality, we're running our own race. And again, that's where I want to talk about this marathon versus sprint mentality. I'm sure you heard this a million times. It's kind of cliche. It's like beating a dead horse. But you and I, on our creative grind, we truly are running a marathon versus a sprint. This isn't a microwavable 100-meter sprint, what we're doing right now. You can't do this shit overnight. It's a slow, day-by-day grind that requires a lot of practice, a lot of patience, and a lot of persistence. You have your own starting point. No matter your age or experience, okay, everybody's going to start at a different spot. You're running at your own pace, and sometimes you need to, you know, push the pedal through the floor and go balls to the wall, all out, and work your ass off. While there's other times you need to pump the brakes a little bit and go with the ebbs and flow of life and just take some rest and unplug, recharge, reset the batteries. Also think about it. Your destination is different as your finish line is unique to you. Nobody's running to the same destination, especially if you're blazing your own path, which is what this show is about. There's no GPS that's going to give you step-by-step instructions like Siri or Google Maps is going to do to get you to that end spot. Your race is your own, so run your own damn race. And stop robbing yourself. So again, here's that other quote I said was coming. I love this one. This was from my homie Teddy Roosevelt. Pour a little liquor for the dead homie, but Teddy stated, comparison is the greatest thief of joy. And you and me, we're constantly sticking ourselves up daily through the gunpoint of comparison. Yes, I made that up. I wrote that. So don't let the cool shit others are doing right now rob you from making the cool shit that you're supposed to be making. Don't let the incredible things people within or outside your circle of influence, you know, don't let the cool shit that they're doing rob you of the incredible shit you're supposed to be doing. So, erase the comparison that you'll face and the dreams that you chase. If that's the case, you got to embrace that you're running your own race at your own pace to a different destination or place. P.S., like I mentioned, I hate running. So again, trying to get a little poetic on that. I told you I love wordplay, alliterations, rhyming, puns, dad jokes, all that fun stuff. But I hope you're finding permission to, again, stop being so hard on yourself, run your own damn race, and fight back against comparison and embrace the cool shit that you're supposed to be doing in life right now and stop robbing yourself of joy by worrying and getting caught up with everybody else is doing, people you look up to or people that are just acquaintances. You know, give yourself a break. And as I sign off, I got to give a huge thank you to my video specialist, Colton Bacher, my executive assistant, Paige Garland, and my homie, Nick Jenkins of Bluka for all the dope theme music you hear on this show. And as you finish off your week strong, I want to encourage you to keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and keep creating. You got this. Thanks again for listening. It'd be awesome if you took the time to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and let the comment below so we can connect. Again, if you want to catch a shout out as a future listener of the week, make sure you subscribe to the show on iTunes and give it a rating and review.